Hello, this is a look at the physical items that come in the LEGO Dimensions Gremlins Team Pack. Looking at the toy tags for the main figures, Gizmo gets one that doesn't have the best quality of print on it, and it's not that recognizable to me overall. I mean, the 3D glasses make sense, but as far as lining these up, if you have taken off the figure and you just use the toy tags themselves to play with, you're going to want to kind of visually key off the colors that kind of match Gizmo. Whereas this one over here for Stripe, obviously you've got the stripes on there and you've got the color, which is a lot more recognizable. The figures, to me, almost look too realistic for LEGO, especially with Gizmo. It's just so perfectly reproduced. I mean, with the nose and the look in the eyes, with the multiple highlights there and everything, it's just an amazing looking figure, but almost doesn't look LEGO to me. Stripe does look LEGO. You've got just a little bit of stylizing going on with the print in the face. Obviously, there's a ton of print all over the body, into the hips on Stripe, down into the legs, and also along the sides of the arms and around the back of the torso and around the back of the ears. This is dual molded here for Gizmo, so that's why you get those really crisp lines, and you're going to have really good consistency from one figure to the next. I feel like Gizmo's head is just absolutely perfect. Could not have been done more realistically for LEGO, but yeah, it's tough to kind of put this into a LEGO world. It just seems so real, especially with the skin tone there. I appreciate the use of the fawn legs to get something different for Stripe there, and articulation of course is just normal with the heads being able to turn side to side. You have a little bit of limitation because of the extension of the chin for Stripe, but it's not too bad, and if you want to turn it farther, you can just lift that head just up a little bit, and it doesn't really bother anything because the whole body, including the neck underneath there, is all molded in dark green, so it's not too obvious. I like the little chips in the the little tears in the corners of the ears for both of these, just not being consistent all the way through. Very well done. This vehicle is the RC car from the movie, and you can actually put a figure into this without changing anything. They left the slot in it where you can just put Gizmo right in there directly, which I like, especially considering the fact that, again, it's LEGO Dimensions, so you can take the toy off the tag, use the tag independently once you've saved the information onto there, and just roll this around, because this is actually a cool little build just as a LEGO toy. Take it out of the whole world of Gremlins. It's a nice build, and it looks cool, and it works well, and it is actually built the same way that you'll see it in game, which is an extra bonus. And then there's the gadget. This is the Flash and Finish. They didn't get the license to use the Polaroid name, I suppose, for LEGO Dimensions in particular, but it's that classic Polaroid camera design. It's it's kind of blocky, but it's supposed to be. Shows the picture that's coming out the front there. Yeah, this is built up pretty nicely, and I appreciate the inclusion of the viewfinder on the back. I wasn't expecting that when I actually got to the build. I thought that they would just kind of leave that out. It's not necessary, but I appreciate the additional detail. Here you can see exactly how the car build is identical in the game to the physical thing. However, Gizmo is sitting down a little bit further. They do cheat just a little bit, and they place the figure down in there farther than it does physically, but that really doesn't bother me because I think that he looked just fine just sitting in the thing, the physical thing. The first rebuild is the Gadget-O-Matic, which is a wheeled robot with a claw on the front and gives off some fire, and this build is once again exactly the same thing. It looks right, it moves properly as expected. The third build of it is called the Scarlet Scorpion. It's it's a rideable robot, a wheeled robot scorpion thing. Most of the build of this one is actually the same in-game as in real life. However, some of it's a little bit different. You can see that the claws are different, and those are very articulated in-game. So it really helps to make the whole thing seem like it's coming to life, which is a nice thing. And I think that it looks fine as a physical build, even though there is that little bit of difference there. The Polaroid camera is identical in game, and it is something that you can ride upon. You can also put the figure on the back of it if you want to. The first rebuild of that one turns it into the Rampage record player. Now with this one, I do wish they had included one of those printed record pieces in this set, which LEGO does make. That's a real piece, but they didn't include it in this set because I'm assuming they weren't able to find a way to integrate it into the other builds. So here's the third build, Stripes Throne, which is the same. It looks like it's maybe scaled up a little bit there, but it's actually proper and direct. And yeah, that's it for the builds. Of course, this is a new theme for LEGO Dimensions, so you get the new Adventure World and Battle Arena included as content. But I think that the set, even forgetting the fact that this is part of a game and all the stuff that comes with the gameplay, I think that this set is just very, very nicely done with the representations of things from the old movie universe, and those figures, especially Gizmo, I think just stand out and will remain fairly timeless. I feel like they're very collectible just by themselves. Let me know your thoughts though, including if you completely disagree with my opinions. That's all good, and it'll be great to see that down in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.